Okay, Karen and Mark, we're just coming back. Bruce and I are just coming back from Edinburgh, and it's about an hour away. We'd have just been an hour away from where we live, so we went in dirt early this morning, and it gets busy in Edinburgh, but there's also lots of dogs out walking on leash, and that's what we're working with. You don't want to get Bruce back and go into a park with off-leash dogs, because those dogs will not be balanced, and you're asking too much of them at this point. So we give him as much chances as possible to win, to get it right. So we provide him almost like a child on learning to ride a bike. We give him the stabilizers to keep him steady, give him as much help as possible. So in this case, he gets his verbals, his verbal markers, plus I can feel him at the end of leash pressure, plus I've got my e-collar. So he never walks in front of me. I spot dogs, and I kind of what I don't want for him to do is this, and then target and swivel. You don't want him to key into a dog so much that he starts to load. So we've got to the point now, because he's a tricky dog. He's unlike most, because his pre-drive, and yeah, I think he's been trained to hunt. Yesterday I had him out and he went after rabbits. He came back, but you could see that hunt. And Akira's a hunter as well, so the two of them were like, and luckily I had him on a 50, luckily, because I always do that 50-foot leash line, so he could never have got away. But I took him to Andrew's garden, there's always rabbits there, and it just sent him over the edge, and he came back with the e-collar, but I had to go up pretty high. But then all the work that I've done before this is preparation for that. It's preparing him so that he knows what to do when the e-collar goes up. And he did fight it, he was like, no, but this is my job. And then you can see, got him back off the rabbits, and he started to become more balanced and stable and listening. And then I did a bit of work with him, and then he just pottered up straight into the van. And that again makes me think, he's done some previous work in this way, where you come out, you hunt, you get your prey, and then you jump into the back of the van. But anyway, so today we saw a lot of dogs, and I give them space, so I don't take a chance of walking very close to a dog with him just now, because I want to gauge his reactions. I don't want to put anyone in any danger, so we give them a bit of space. And I would say he's at the stage now, it's 80% he doesn't care and ignores, and I do the DD doggy and he gets his, and that's all great. 20%, so there was two dogs there. He tuned, one was a border terrier, one was a Westie. He just looked, and I was trying to test how much do I have to give him his stabilizers. No, so I was pressing low level, tick 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 tick. He was ignoring that, and then you can always tell that there's a tell with this dog, because he goes before he launches. So he just gone to build up for the bark or the lunge, and I just got him there. I think I was not that you watch the numbers as you get better at it, because the dog tells you, but in this case I know I have to. It's interesting to relay the number at this point. So I think it was a 13 or an 18 or something like that, and he just went, okay, I'm not doing that. So cut him off midway. But any other dog at this stage, they wouldn't even be thinking about that. He's just going to take a bit longer. Not that he's not going to get it, because he's just about there, but he will get there. And then the other was a border collie, where he tuned right in, and he was looking, border collie, border terrier, and looking, and then I just went up quite high, because I knew that look meant there was something else was coming, and I didn't want him to reach that something else. And then he just came back and was like, okay, that's fine. So came back means that his brain came back in his body, not that he was far away from me. So we walked, and he was brilliant on the leash. No, great, because he came reactive to cars when he arrived at me. So very, very good. On the whole, I'm pleased. but we're just about to run out of daylight again, so I'm heading back now, and we'll do. I had him even out last night. I had him out late last night in the dark, looking for dogs, and he was fine. So we just have to do more. It is completely full time. So when it comes to doing any admin or anything at night, I'm just up against the clock there. So anyway, I just thought I'd send this to you so you knew where we were with him, and I'm very pleased with him. But I need you guys to get thinking about your timing. There's nothing you can do with it right now because you're at home. But what's really important here is the timing and gauging the dog's response and practicing at home before you take him into places that are going to challenge him. We talked about how you progress the quieter places, get loads of wins, and then set up another challenge. You will find though when he goes to you, he's going to test you. How strong are you? How believable are you? And you may find like there's going to be a little bit fallback on that, but before you get him up to the stage that he is just now. But that's normal, and that's also good because you develop together and you'll find your own rhythm. But there's lots of things like I want you to use the e-collar as much as possible to get his head into the way of knowing that you are using it a lot. So like in the house, if he's somewhere, you just give him a wee peek and he comes back to you. With your recall of Bruce come or yes, so use your two beep on and off on the button. And then also when you're out, if he starts to move in front of your leg, I want you to use that dial up until he comes back, so he's not waiting for, or he doesn't think you've forgotten about having any commands that he's going to listen to, and then all of a sudden you use the e-collar when he's starting to react to dogs. You don't want that. You want him to know, well, there's no point because I know that they have the training collar on, and that means I can't do this behaviour. So and you want his eventually his wee frame of mind to be, I know when I'm with my mummy and daddy I don't do that, and then it'll get to the I don't care about doing that because life is better the other way, you know. So it's a gradual thing. So I just thought I'd let you know where we are right now with him. Okay. And if there's anything